Okay, I'm just getting the live stream sorted out. It won't be long. There are various aeroplanes flying around Nellis that we can hear. Nearly there. I'm just getting a second laptop up and running so I can actually see live stream comments. Except I've just closed the window by accident because I'm a super genius. There we go. Got it back up again. Okay. Let's go and get inside the aeroplane. So, close the canopy so we can actually have some peace and quiet. And let's go and get this thing started up, shall we? So, battery's on. Actually, can we still hear anything? Have I accidentally turned the sound off? Okay, what I'm going to do is just quit and restart, fly again. I'm pretty sure I just pressed D and I don't know what it did, but it silenced it completely and it wouldn't come back. That's better. Okay, Control C to close the canopy. Comes a Humvee driving past. I can hear something somewhere. It's difficult to see in the sky above your head, isn't it? Anyway, let's go and get on with what we were doing, rather than playing plane spotters. Batteries. Okay, oxygen on. Go and get the F8 ground electrical power on.
Turn on the ground power. Copy.
And then
Ground power is now on.
F8, F5, F1.
Connect ground air supply. Copy.
Go and turn the boost pumps on.
Is now connected.
Go and turn on the beacon light, and then let's go and zoom out slightly to make this easy for ourselves so we can see everything. Okay, so F8, ground air supply is F5, apply it please.
Apply ground air supply.
I think it does the left engine first.
Copy. Air is now applied.
Okay, so then we start the left engine and then push the throttle forwards to idle and the engine comes up and RPM is coming up. All looking good. So then hash F8 ground air supply, apply it again.
G, apply ground air supply. Copy. Air is now applied.
And it goes, yeah, once it goes past 10%, we can hit the starter for engine number 2 and move the throttle to idle. The engine comes up. All looking good so far. Okay, let's go and sort some other bits and pieces out. So we're going to turn the HUD on. We'll come and uncage the backup attitude indicator. QNH we'll leave at 2992. We'll go and hit the power on the early warning system. We'll go and turn on the UH radios. We'll start to hear things once we've done that. We'll turn the TACAN on. And down this side we're going to turn on the pitch and the yaw dampers and turn the flare systems on. We're not going to use any of the weapon systems, so we'll put the radar onto standby. Flaps already in the correct position.
4-5 airborne.
We can turn on the formation lights and the exterior nav lights.
Passing waypoint.
Turn the IFF system on, and we can now go F8, F5, disconnect.
Chief, disconnect ground air supply. Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected.
And then F8, ground power, turn it off.
Ground power.
Oh, wrong way. F8,
Copy.
ground electrical power, and turn off.
Turn off the ground power. Ground power is now on. Copy.
He's going to wonder what I'm telling him to do, isn't he?
Ground power is now off.
Okay, we're ready to go. So, straighten the view up.
4-5 passing waypoint.
We have no head-up display symbology showing up. That's interesting. What have we missed? Let's just have a quick check around. We've done the boost pumps. We've done that. Stores are safe. All of the pylon levers are in the off position. We've started the engines. We've got this radar on standby. Okay. Yeah, fuel boost pumps. Interesting. Why did that not work? Generators. Ah, that would explain why. We're not generating enough electricity to do that. There we go. Everything's working. Hurrah! Get rid of the caution light now. So Kiwiness is saying hello. Hello! Get the mirrors out. Ease the throttles forwards and we can taxi out to the wrong way. Okay, the ATC in DCS is a bit rubbish, to be honest. But okay, something odd's going on here with the mouse. I appear to have no mouse look available, which is a bit bizarre. So we'll have to do without it for the moment. I wonder if it's because that's there. Yeah, it is. Okay, so nose wheel steering is working well.
OZ2 passing waypoint 4 at 3,500. OZ3-1 request takeoff.
If they don't give us takeoff clearance, I'll just take off anyway, to be honest. So flaps go to full. Why? Is it because of that C-17 or something that's down there? Yeah, just reading the live stream comment, the ATC is rubbish, isn't it? So we're looking for 150 knots for rotate in the F5E, as far as I remember. Why is it not coming off the ground? Gear. Whoa, that was rolling around like a roller coaster. What was going on there? Okay, burners open. 300 knots, and let's get above the cloud base. So 40° in the climb, straight through the cloud. Aha, that will be why. I've completely forgotten about that in DCS. You have to be mindful of the air brakes hanging down, and there's no indication in the cockpit that they are down, so you have to cycle them. That's why we had that odd behaviour on the runway. Okay, should we do some circuits? I'll pull back in underneath the cloud.
OC2, passing waypoint 6 at 3,500.
So we should have Nellis over here. So we'll do a typical pattern. Flying overhead, a couple of thousand feet off the deck. So it'll be about 4,000, I think, is the target to look for on the altimeter probably. Hold about 300 knots. And we'll fly the pattern and come back in runway 21. 21 right, I guess it would be, wouldn't it? Gone a little bit lower than we wanted to, but it's fine. It's amazing how much speed it loses in the turn, actually. So just coming up for 30 degrees. So there's the reciprocal. Obviously you can see TACAN is looking for a signal, it isn't tuned in at the moment. So let's go and look out sideways. There's the base. Oh, that was some turbulence. I didn't know there was turbulence in DCS. There's a pair of aircraft, oh no, 4 of them. I've just gone across my nose. What are they up to then? Interesting. Some sort of training sortie going on. Okay.
Focus, Ford 1, passing waypoint 1 at 40,000.
Gear down. Flaps down. That was quite funny. I was just trying something out there to see how quickly the nose would lift. So I wonder what that is up there. So Jungly is saying, am I on a server? No, I'm just flying on a quick practice flight really to get my hand back in really with DCS, because I've not flown it for so long. It's quite twitchy, isn't it? I guess practice makes perfect at this, doesn't it? It's just knowing the aeroplane is half the battle. Controlling descent rate with the throttle, holding it on speed, on angle of attack. The ground effect is quite marked, isn't it? So gear up, flaps up. I love the airframe shuddering. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to invest in track IR just to make it easier, really. You need almost an extra hand, don't you, otherwise, because I can't really look around and control things at the same time. Okay, final approach, and then we're going to put the airplane away for the day. Don't think I'm doing too badly, considering it's my first go back at it in a very long time. I remember back in the day doing dogfights with MiG-21s in the F5E. It was quite a balanced fight a lot of the time. That ground effect caught me again, look. But at least we're on the centre line this time. Those wheel steering's working, excellent. Always good to find out. Wonder who's in at Nellis today. a load of F-15. Were they C's? I didn't quite see. No, they're E's, aren't they? There's a load of F-16s in. Just wondering where we should park. Don't suppose it really matters, does it? Okay. Just trying to think what we have to do now to switch everything back off again. Lights can come off. The dampers have already come off. They must have come off with the power, I guess. Turn the flare systems off. Turn the radar back to off. And can we recage this? Oh, it's already caged itself by the look of it. That's interesting. And turn the generators off. Turn the oxygen system off. And turn the battery off. Oh, I didn't turn the TACAN back off, did I? So let's, oops, TACAN off, and UHF radio off, and the HUD. Just so the next person doesn't have a nightmare trying to figure out where I've left all the switches. Okay, so first time back in DCS for months and months and months. That was good fun. So Jungle Sim saying, what have I got? F5, F16, F14, Supercarrier, F18. I think that's it. I've got some of the freebies as well on the open beta, but like I said, I've been flying flight sim for the last 2 years. I've hardly touched DCS. I used to do dogfights and stuff all the time, and I had great fun with it, but I haven't really touched it. So it's going to be a case of coming back, doing things properly. So I'm going to do some reading, find out the proper parameters for doing the pattern, the closed pattern over US Air Force bases, and obviously the pattern over carriers as well, with the early break and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's going to be fun to learn it all and do it all kind of by the book, and come in on speed, right altitudes, the right turn rates, and hopefully help others as well along the way. So I'm going to write up the procedures as well. I've already started writing up the procedure for this aircraft. I can actually show you what I've got so far. If I tab across into Google Drive, I can show you what I've been working on. So here we go. So I've started writing it all up with all the keyboard combinations for each step of the journey as well. So what you need to do in what order. But I'll obviously flesh this out with things to look at in terms of what to look for on the instruments and things like that as well. So we'll get there slowly. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon.